A homeless man sat on the cold pavement outside a busy hotel. His tired eyes scanned the crowd as he counted the small amount of money he had managed to collect that day. It wasn't much, but to him, it was everything. As he clutched the crumpled bills, a wealthy man in a sleek Gucci suit strolled past. He looked down at the homeless man with disdain before snatching the money right out of his hands.
Huh?
"Hey, that's my money!" the homeless man shouted, scrambling to his feet. "Please, give it back!" But the man in the Gucci suit didn't even look back. He walked confidently into the hotel lobby, ignoring the desperate cries behind him. Shaken and angry, the homeless man followed him inside. "Sir, please, that money is all I have," he pleaded, his voice trembling. The receptionist at the front desk noticed the commotion and frowned. "Excuse me, do you live here?" she asked the homeless man coldly. "No," he replied, "but that man in the suit stole my money. I need your help to get it back." The receptionist glanced at the man in the Gucci suit, who was now casually chatting with another guest. "That man? Are you sure? Why would someone like him steal from you?" "Yes, I'm sure," the homeless man insisted. "Please check the security cameras. You'll see I'm telling the truth." The receptionist hesitated, clearly uncomfortable. She didn't want to accuse such an important-looking guest of stealing. "Look, I'm busy," she said. "Maybe you should just let it go." Frustrated and feeling defeated, the homeless man was about to leave when a kind bystander stepped forward. "Hold on," he said. "I'll help you. Let's check the footage together." The two of them approached the security desk and explained the situation. The guard reluctantly rewound the footage. Everyone watched as the camera showed the man in the Gucci suit walking by the homeless man and grabbing the money. "There! You see?" the homeless man exclaimed. The bystander nodded. "It's clear as day. Let's confront him." Together, they walked up to the thief. The bystander was firm but calm. "Sir, we've seen the security footage. You need to return the money you stole." The man in the suit smirked, completely unfazed. "I don't know what you're talking about," he said. "This money is mine." The bystander didn't back down. "It's not yours, and you know it. We're calling the police if you don't return it." At that moment, an older man in an expensive coat arrived. The thief's father. He was clearly a man of great influence. "What's going on here?" he asked sharply. "Your son stole money from this man," the bystander explained. "We have proof from the security cameras." The father's face turned red with anger, but it wasn't directed at his son. "You dare accuse my son of stealing?" he barked. "He doesn't need to take money from anyone, especially a beggar." "Sir," the bystander said firmly, "the evidence is clear. Your son committed a crime, and he should be held accountable." The father turned to his son. "What were you thinking?" he demanded. The thief shrugged casually. "It's just a couple of bucks from some bum on the street. Who cares?" The father sighed, exasperated. "Apologize and return the money. Let's not make this a bigger issue than it needs to be." But the thief refused. "I'm not apologizing. Nobody cares about people like him. Why should I?" By now, a small crowd had gathered in the lobby. People were whispering, some recording the scene on their phones. The tension was palpable. The bystander turned to the receptionist. "Call the police," he said. "This man needs to face the consequences." When the officers arrived, the thief tried to play it cool. "This is ridiculous," he said. "I didn't steal anything." But the bystanders showed them the security footage, and the truth was undeniable. The officers placed the man in handcuffs. "You can't do this," the thief protested, his arrogance finally giving way to panic. "Do you know who my father is?" One of the officers replied, "It doesn't matter who your father is. You broke the law." As the thief was escorted out of the hotel, the father tried to smooth things over. "I hope this doesn't cause any trouble for the hotel," he said, ignoring the homeless man entirely. The bystander shook his head in disbelief. "You still don't get it, do you? Your son stole from someone who has nothing, and you're worried about your reputation?" The father didn't respond. He simply walked away, embarrassed and angry. The homeless man stood quietly, overwhelmed by everything that had just happened. "Thank you," he said to the bystander. "I don't know how to repay you." The bystander smiled. "You don't owe me anything. I just did what anyone should do." One of the hotel guests stepped forward and handed the homeless man a business card. "If you're looking for a job, call me," he said. "I'd be happy to help." Another guest reached into her purse and offered him some money. "This is for you," she said gently. The homeless man hesitated but eventually accepted it, tears welling up in his eyes. "Thank you," he whispered. The crowd began to disperse, but the impact of what had happened lingered. It was a powerful reminder that compassion and justice could still triumph, even in a world where privilege and arrogance often seem to win. As the homeless man walked away, clutching the business card and the money, he felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: hope. What would you have done if you were in this situation? Share your thoughts and hit the subscribe button.